Hi, my name is Erin Beckham, and I have been a Beachbody coach for just about 2.5 years. And I just wanted to share with you guys today my why and kind of my story behind it. Um, Before I got into Beachbody, I was a mom of two. I worked in real estate, and when the market came crashing down, my life came crashing down. I really didn't know what I was going to do and how my life was going to go. My husband and I had built a beautiful house that we had planned on being in for a while. We both had, new cars and a new boat, and we were just living our life, day to day, and everything suddenly stopped. I mean, brakes came off, my company's shut down, and I found myself really in a depressed state and kind of asking God, like, why me? Like, what am I going to do? I've always wanted to be home with my kids, and um, I was in a really dark and ugly place. So I had my son, Ryder, and he was a couple months old, and I started having panic attacks and migraines. I think the migraines actually caused the panic attacks. My body was changing, my hormones were going crazy. But I was having migraines a few times a week, and that caused me to start panicking and having anxiety. And I was desperate, absolutely desperate for a change. So I had heard that Shakeology had some natural ingredients that helped with migraines. I absolutely did not believe that. I thought, how in the world can that help with migraines? But like I said, I was desperate. I had a newborn baby. I had a 4-year-old at home, and I was depressed. I was postpartum, and I really don't like taking medicine if I don't have to. So the migraine pills I would take, I didn't like anyways, and they didn't work. So I literally scraped together, and I mean scraped together enough money to buy a challenge pack, which was P90X when it came out and Shakeology. That was the best deal. Always getting a challenge pack is better than just buying the Shakeology. So I did. I think I overdrew my account because we were so financially upside down. But I did it anyways because I knew that I had to make a change. I was not being the mom that I wanted to be. I was not being the wife I wanted to be. I was keeping myself away from my friends. I truly was just unhappy and needed a change. So I got P90X, and it came in. I was super excited. My son was a couple months old, and I vowed to myself I was going to do every single day when he napped or when I could during the day. And that's exactly what I did. I about died the very first day. It was chest and back pull-ups that I couldn't do one. I could just do a couple push-ups. I had the little pull-up thing in my door frame, and I remember my husband would come in there, and because he would hear me like grunting and screaming, and he'd be like, "What are you doing? You're crazy." But I did P90X, and it changed my life. I had the best results I've ever had. I had always been an athlete. I had always, worked out at the gym, not really seeing the results I thought I should see at the gym. But I tried to stay in good shape, and I was drinking my Shakeology every day. Completely took away my migraines. My anxiety was a work in progress, but I was not taking any medicine for anxiety. I just felt better. My body felt better. My skin was clear. My hair was healthier. I wasn't craving sugar and coffee to stay awake for my infant son that was taking all my energy. I had this energy and this glow, and I was so happy. So my health was improving. I was in probably the best shape I had been even before my kids. I remember holding my son out at the pool, in September. I had him in July, and just really like having muscles and having a six pack, and people being like, whoa, like, what are you doing? So the products changed my life. My financial life was still terrible, which meant my marriage was not good. We were just stressed out. I was angry. I blamed my husband for not being able to take care of us in that moment. We were struggling to make our house payment every single month. There were times when I didn't have gas in my car. I mean, just like the bare minimal. And my husband would tell me, you cannot go to your grandparents' house, or you cannot drive to the store today. Like, we don't have gas, and I don't get paid till Friday. It was really bad. Over the next 2 years, we collected about $40,000 in debt from using credit cards in groceries, gas, things that our kids needed, absolutely needed. We were making our house payment because we thought that was the best idea, and not really being able to pay for anything else. I mean, everything changed for us. I took my daughter out of preschool. I took my daughter out of gymnastics. We stayed home a lot. We played games. We did puzzles. Our life changed from, kind of being able to do what we wanted and go out to dinner and go to the beach or go to the movies. I mean, none of that was possible. We would be overdrawn pretty much every single month. And it was a terrible, stressful time. So, a couple years later, my son was about 2, we decided that we had to get rid of our house. So we short sold our house, and I got a full-time job, which I did not want to do. In fact, I kicked and screamed and pouted like a baby. I was mad at my husband. My marriage was not good. We were not happy. I got a full-time job, and I'm so thankful that God took me down that terrible road that I went on, because through this time, I was still doing Shakeology. Yes, it's $140 a month that I really couldn't afford, but I had to buy food, and that's $4.25 a meal that took care of my migraines, my health, made me feel good, and I was willing to sacrifice other things like Starbucks and cereal and bagels and things that I would have been buying anyways. So I go to work. I cried almost every day on my way to work. I would drop my daughter off an hour early for school at a friend's house because I had to leave for work. She would be crying most days because she was used to her mommy being home. My 2-year-old would get dropped off somewhere, wherever they could watch him that day. My mom's, my grandma's, friends. It actually broke my heart every day that I had to leave him, and he would ask me, "Mommy, where am I going today?" Because he just never really knew where he was going. And I would go to work, and I would sit in this cubicle and work on a computer all day from 7 to 4, go get my kids, come home, make dinner, put them to bed, and be really upset and depressed. And one day, as I sat at my computer, something in my mind just clicked. I guess it wasn't my mind, it was God, but I'd been praying and just feeling like there has got to be more to life than this. Like, I can't do this for the next 40 years. My desire in my heart is to be home with my kids and to be a mom. And that is the biggest job that I have on this earth, is how I feel. So I just thought, why am I not being a Beachbody coach? I love their products. I love helping people. I've seen it change friends and families' lives that I've recommended it to. At this time, I had completed T25, Asylum, P90X, Shailene Extreme. And so I called my upline coach, and I just said, hey, I want to be a coach. I'm going to do this. We met, talked to him. I came home that night, talked to my husband, who was very skeptical. Absolutely. He's always skeptical, negative. He was like, how do these people even make money? I don't understand. It's a scam. It's a pyramid, blah, blah, blah. So, and I was skeptical too. I mean, I didn't know how the business worked. I didn't know how people really made money and stayed home and how it all worked, but I knew it was worth a try. And so I told him, give me a year. I'm going to do everything I can to make it work. I'm going to go to all the trainings. I'm going to do everything I'm asked to do, and I'm going to do this. And that is exactly what I did, you guys. I put my nose to the grindstone, and I worked hard because my why mattered so much to me. My kids mattered so much to me. It wasn't about making tons of money and having fancy things. Truly, I wanted to stay home. I wanted to make my $1,600, a month, and stay home and be there to pick up my kids from school and be there to watch my baby and give him a nap and raise him and be a present mom. Like, I didn't want to miss any of that. I wanted to be able to visit with my grandparents and help them when they needed it and take them meals. And that is who I am, and that is what I wanted. That's all I wanted. I wanted to be able to put my daughter in gymnastics because she loved gymnastics. I wanted to be able to send my kids to preschool if I needed to because that was what's good for them. I could do without everything else. So in 6 months' time, you guys, I was making my full-time income and I quit my job. And it was a little scary, and my husband was a little unsure, but he supported me the whole time. I quit my job and I came home to be a full-time Beachbody. It is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I have changed so much as a person. I am not the same person I was 2 years ago. I am happier, I'm healthier, I'm a better mom, I'm a better person. I strive every day to be a better person. I'm constantly learning and growing a team of amazing leaders that are changing lives, and there is no better feeling. Since being a Beachbody coach, we have paid off all of our debt except for like $4,000 that we're in the process of paying off. We have bought new cars as my car broke down a year ago. I was able to go out and buy myself a car. My daughter is in gymnastics. We have money saved in the bank. We're able to take trips to the beach. We can go out to eat sometimes. I have doubled my husband's income. I make double what he makes in 1 week than what he gets paid in 2 weeks. And you guys, I haven't done anything that crazy. I don't have an army of coaches, a huge team. I'm not, blowing the smoke off the doors. I am being consistent. I am helping people reach their health goals. And then I'm helping my coaches, training them and teaching them what I know and how it worked for me. And I just pray that this gives you guys some hope, and you know that it's not an overnight success. It is definitely a process, and it's a journey, and enjoy the whole journey. Show up to team events, show up to the team calls, be part of the team, show your face in the page and just try. All you have to do is try, you guys. You're gonna fail, you're gonna fall on your face, you're gonna mess up, and that's okay. I do all the time. The important thing is that you just get up and keep going. If you don't have a why that makes you cry, then you need to reevaluate why you're doing this. Yes, you're doing it to help people, but that's not your why. That's what we get to do. That's our job. Your why needs to really matter to you down deep in your heart. Maybe you haven't shared it with anybody yet, but sit and really evaluate that. My why used to make me cry every day, and now my why makes me smile, and I almost cry every morning in prayer because I'm so grateful, and I have so much gratitude and so much love and happiness in my heart for what I get to do, how my life has changed, and because I get to be home with my two beautiful babies, and my third one is on the way and will be here in December, and I know that I get to be home and enjoy every single minute because of the path I paved 2 years ago, and never giving up and never stopping when things got in my way and when life got hard. And so my wish to you, you guys, is that you jump in this business, you plug into our amazing team, and that you really rock this. All right, see you later.